everyone, welcome to Remote STEM class. Happy Tuesday, it's Mr. Dowd here. So it's going to be a little bit different of a class today, so I know I'm still working on my Tinkercad avatar, but I was kind of just playing around Tinkercad the other day, and I always use a mouse for doing my work, so it makes it easy. Like I can right click and hold on the mouse and rotate. And I know a lot of you guys don't have mice, I guess you'd be mice, right, to use. So I was trying to look up ways you can do like the panning and stuff on your touchpad. So I was just kind of Googling stuff and I found this. So keyboard shortcuts for the 3D editor. So for Tinkercad. All right, so it's this one. It's this link here. Okay. You just type it into Google and it should be the first one that comes up, but just in case it is the one from June 25th of 2019. All right, so click on that. And you scroll down. I was trying to find this actual page in the this actual Tinkercad page on Tinkercad. I couldn't find it. So if you find it, let me know so I can post that link or download it or whatever, so I can post it with you guys. But anyways, so if you look up keyboard plus mouse shortcuts. All right, so we're not going to be using a mouse. So you're going to actually go down to viewing designs, okay? So orbit view, like I said earlier, I hold down the right trigger of the right button of my mouse to rotate. But if I want to do orbit view with my keypad, I can hold down Control and then use the left button. But the left button also acts as clicking on your key. What's the word I'm looking for? Your keypad. Okay. So if I want to orbit the view, if I go back, so I'm not using my mouse now. Obviously, I know you can't see that, but I promise you I'm using my keypad. I'm holding down the Control button and I'm clicking and I'm rotating. You see how now I'm actually able to rotate? Whereas before, if I clicked, it would highlight. If I clicked and held my keypad, it makes the box to highlight objects, right? But by holding down Control and then clicking and holding, I can rotate. So I think that's a huge thing to know. So instead of going up here every time and clicking and holding to rotate, it kind of rotates a little bit smoother. All right, if I go back, and the other big one I think will help you a lot is the pan the view. All right, so panning, you can hold down Shift and then hold the right button. So if I hold down the Shift button and then go, it pans on that angle, which is really helpful to like when you're zooming in, panning on that. But if you are using a mouse, you can hold down the wheel. If your mouse has a wheel on, you can hold down that and also pan that way. All right, but if you go back, pan the view using the left button, which is, remember, the same button as your keypad, which is that little thing, the big rectangle you use to move around the mouse or the cursor. So Control and Shift and the left button. So if I hold down Control, Shift, and click in, I can pan. So I'm not using my mouse, I'm actually using the keyboard itself, or the keypad. All right, so those two things make it really easy to be able to go in and like move around your object, right? So what was I last doing here? I was putting the feather in, yeah, because I wanted Robin Hood's hat, so I want to put the feather. So I'm going to go ahead and rotate that around 180 degrees. Negative 180. Cool. I'm going to raise that up and then move that over. So right now I'm going to pan that way, or sorry, turn that way, and then I'm going to pan up so I can get the view I want instead of trying to click around. It makes it a lot easier if you're having trouble lining things up. So I'm just going to raise that up a bit, and I think I'm going to make it a little more, actually that's a fine angle. Maybe put it in a tiny bit, so make it so it's going this way. Give it a little bit of effect. Yeah, there we go. How's that look? Does that look like a feather? Or maybe come in a little bit? I think that looks pretty good. Alrighty guys, that's all for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
I'm not making a snack, but I'm sure as heck looking for a healthy one. So I'm over here in this little supermarket, and they have grapes, some fruit, and some carrot sticks. Not too bad. Probably the healthiest I've seen so far. They do have yogurt. And some cereal. I'm exhausted. I haven't slept because I've been stuck in an airport. And lots of chips. Lots of chips. So, when you're in a bind, what do? You search out the healthiest option. So for me, it's probably fruit right now. These grapes look pretty good, I guess. Maybe this fruit. Pretty good. I did have some snacks, but I didn't anticipate being stuck here for 2 days. Well, not 2 days, one night. So anyway, so these are some of the options that would be available to me right now if I were to get something to eat. We have the burger joint, which just because of the name sounds kind of gross. And then we have anything that doesn't have a real burger name to it, I don't know. And then we have Pizza Place, which is probably fine. And then we have Subway, which is probably the best because it has a calorie counter. I'd say Subway or pizza at this point. We have the turkey breast is 280 to 560 calories. I'm good, thanks. The ham is 290 to 580. Chicken is 270 to 540. So I'd say the chicken's probably the lowest in calories. That spicy Italian is 569 to 749. Oh no, that's the price. The spicy Italian is 480 to 960 calories. So that's a lot. Oh, but the chicken and bacon ranch melt, that's like 600 calories. So yeah, anything with the turkey breast, which is 280. Or the Veggie Delight is probably the best bet. So Subway puts up the calories, so that's a good thing. And I would get a small one, like a 6-inch. I wouldn't get a big one. So that's a good choice, I guess. Good stuff.
Hey Gators, welcome back to Language in Play. So today we're going to start off with a little facial work, all right? So we are going to exercise our faces a little bit. First, I want you to look really, really scared, like, whoa. So everybody go, oh. So that's stretching out your jaw, stretching out the muscles in your cheekbones. Oh. And now suck on a lemon. Squeeze them all in. Scared. Suck on a lemon. Think about how it feels, what muscles you're using in your face. Think about these cheek muscles right here, right? Think about the action that your jaw makes. Going all the way out and sucking all the way in. Like your head moves back, so you're even using your shoulder muscles. Your face is a very, very powerful thing, all right? Especially when you're communicating a story. So when we work, we want to be able to stretch out the muscles that we're using, just like in physical education class. You guys have to stretch out every other day, right? Well, same thing with actors. We're going to stretch out our faces, all right? So what I would like to do, first off, I was very, very impressed with some of the PSAs that came in, all right? A lot of people didn't get them in yet, but that's okay. If you still want to make a PSA, there is plenty of time. We are going to continue doing another PSA today, all right? So this PSA is very simple, okay? It is why I wear a mask. To make it, you're going to put your mask on and very clearly state why I wear a mask. I wear a mask so that at my family gatherings next year, I won't be staring across at an empty seat. Okay? That's my message. I want everybody to be safe. So if I have to wear a little piece of cloth like this, great. Easiest part of my day. Put this on and go about my business. Okay? This can help save a lot of people. So I want to make that message very, very clear. So we are going to do a PSA, a public service announcement, why I wear a mask. And we're going to go through that same process. So today, start thinking about your ideas, and then tomorrow, I'm going to come up with your script paper. All right? So come up with those ideas. Make sure you stretch out that face. All right? And let's get ready. Great job, Gators. Can't wait to see what you come up with.
Hi guys. So last time we worked on drawing trees. I showed you how to draw a tree in 3 different styles. So here we have the realistic style of drawing a tree. That's where you're going to try to make it look like a real tree as much as possible. You're going to add details like lines in the bark to show texture. You're going to try to make it look like real leaves on the tree as well. Here we have an abstract style of making a tree. So that's when you're not going to worry too much about making the tree look accurate, like a real tree. For abstract, you can have fun with making it look a little bit like a tree, but also it can start looking like something else altogether. You can have a lot of fun making an abstract style tree. For the last one, I did a cartoon style tree, and that's just one way to make it look cartoony, but that also might not look realistic, and it would look more like it's from a cartoon show or an animation that you might have watched. Okay, so for today, having the knowledge of making trees, I would like you guys to work on making a landscape. Now it's up to you. If you feel like you want to work in the realistic style, you can do that. If you want to make an abstract looking landscape, you can do that. And if you want to do a cartoon style landscape, you can also choose that. For me, I'm going to go with the realistic style of drawing. And you're going to need a pencil, a paper, and a ruler for this today. The first thing I like to do when I am making a landscape drawing is I want to establish where my horizon line is. So I'm just going to use a ruler somewhere in the middle of the paper. I'm just going to make a horizontal line going right through that paper. Okay. Now I've established where my land will be and where the sky will be. Okay, so I'm going to work on adding some trees to my landscape. I've chosen the realistic style. You guys can work in the abstract style or cartoon style. It's up to you how you want your style to be. So for the realistic style, I am going to make most of my trees looking like this. If I want a tree to appear to be far away, I'm going to make it smaller and I'm going to make it closer to this horizon line. So anything that's close to the horizon line, I'm going to make small, and it's going to appear to be in the background. Anything that I want to be in the middle ground, I'm going to make kind of a medium size. So I'm going to show you 3 ways to do a tree. I'll make a small tree here, a medium-sized tree here, and then a larger tree in the foreground. So I'm just going to start making a smaller tree. It's hard to see that realistic tree back there. Because I'm making it small in size and I'm making it close to my horizon line, or actually on it, it will give the appearance of being far away. So I have my one realistic tree in the distance in the background in my landscape. Next, I'm going to draw a medium-sized tree that's a little closer to us. So that's in what I call the middle ground of my landscape. And remember I talked about just making a whole bunch of Y shapes? It's really what I'm doing. Just making a lot of Y shapes. And then for the trunk, I make it 2 lines together, parallel together, I guess. Like that, to make that bottom part of the trunk. So there's a medium-sized tree. It appears to be in the middle ground of my landscape. Okay, I can go in afterwards and add leaves and more details to that, but I just want to establish placement of my tree first before I go back and add lots of detail. Okay, so now I'm ready for my larger tree. I'm going to put that down here in the lower right corner. I'm going to make my larger tree that will appear to be in the foreground of my landscape. And maybe you don't even see the base of the tree. You might just want it to be the trunk kind of just coming up from out of your picture plane here. So I'm still thinking of that letter Y. Kind of looks like a letter Y. I'm going to make these be like the main large branches and then create smaller branches growing out of that. So right now these trees look like, kind of suggest that it's the winter season because there's no leaves, but like I said, you can add leaves at any time. So this one's closer, so I'm going to show a lot more detail in this one, creating the look of bark. So when I make bark, I just start to do this and make some lines like this. That's just one way to do it. You don't have to do it that way, but you can decide how you want to add some line to create the look of bark. So looks like there's some texture on that tree. Okay, so I have my closest tree. It's in the foreground. It's nearest to the viewer, which is me or you viewing, whoever's viewing your artwork. Okay, so this one's the closest in the foreground. This tree is in the middle ground. That tree is farthest away in the background. So like I said, you can add leaves, sort of like doing this. Sort of a quick way to do it, or you can actually do individual leaves. I think that looks nice. It'll take a while, but it looks a little bit better than doing that, I guess. Depends on the look you want. So you can just continue on going like that, making more and more leaves. Or maybe you have a winter landscape and you don't want to put leaves. That's fine too. It's totally up to you. Pretty soon, all of our leaves are going to be off the trees and snow will be coming. I don't know if I'm ready for snow yet. So I'll continue on and add more leaves to that. And next time we will add a lot more detail to our landscape drawing. So just get started, decide what style you want to work in, realistic, abstract, cartoon, and create your horizon line, and then start with your trees. And next time we'll add more details to our landscapes. Good luck.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Virtual PE. I'm Miss Sweetie. Alright, today we're going to stretch our upper body. So we're going to start with a right arm reach. Push the palms away from the body. Now we're going to rotate and go to the left side. Shoulder stretch. Make sure you're pushing right behind your elbow. Right, and switch right side. And tricep stretch. Remember, your tricep is this muscle back here in the back of your arm. And switch. And bicep stretch, we're just going to put our hands away and kind of force your wrists down, your fingers down to the floor. And next stretch. And pull it to your shoulder. So you have the opposite hand pointing it down to the floor. And rotate it to the other side. We're going to stretch our neck forward. Hands on the back of your head. Slightly pushing forward. Nice, and we're going to do a yoga pose. It's called the child pose. And we go to the right. It's both arms stretching to the right, keeping your hips straight. And we're going to go to the other direction, to the left. Okay, we're going to do, again, another yoga pose. It's called the cobra. And we're going to do a cobra variation where we just sit there and arch our back, and we're up on our elbows, forearms flat, toes on the ground, and arch your chin up and arch your back. Very nice. All right, guys, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, guys, here we go. Tuesday. Tuesday is a stretch day. Okay, I hope you enjoyed yesterday's cardio with the form. Every time you run, make sure you practice that form with your arm movement. All right? You guys know my stretches, so let's get right into it. Okay, here we go. Right over left, Legs are straight. We're going to reach and hold for 10 seconds, stretching out our hamstrings, the back of your legs. Ready? Reach. Up. Let's switch it over now. Left foot over right foot. Same thing. Ready? Reach and hold. Keep those legs straight. Do not bend your knees. Up. Very good. Spread your feet apart. Okay. Keep your feet flat. Legs straight. We're going to reach our left hand to our left toe and hold. Ready? Reach. Try to get to that toe if you can. Very good. Right side now. Right hand, right toe, reach. Very good. That's a hamstring stretch. Now let's go for our inner groin, the inner part of our leg. Okay? Keep your right foot flat on the ground. Open up to your left side. Okay? And spread out. Reach. Get your feet spread apart if you can't feel the stretch. Very good. Left foot flat. Open up to your right side. Good? Okay, now let's stretch the top part of our leg, which is your groin muscles. Your groin, your hips right here, okay? And your Achilles, which is the back of your leg, okay? We're gonna go left foot forward, right foot behind, feet are flat. We're gonna bend our knee and reach up, okay? So it's ready, reach. Bend that knee and reach up and hold. Good, let's switch. Right foot forward, left foot behind. Feet are flat, bend your knee and reach up and hold. Good. Okay, let's get our quads. Our quadriceps are right here in front of your legs. Okay, balance if you have to by holding on to your ear. So we're going to take our right foot, hold up, balance if you have to, and hold. Release. Okay, let's go down left foot up. Okay, if you have the balance, balance. Good. Okay, now let's do our calf muscles. So your calves are right in the back of your legs. Feet together. Okay, gonna bend those knees, get your chest over your knees. Feel it right in the back of your legs. And up. Okay, very good. See you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching Enrichment TV, Gators. Remember, work hard, be nice, and we'll see you tomorrow.